Hey guys, I'm back with one more R36S and an R33S, and this one is nice. So first thing we're gonna do is unpack this right here, and let's hope it is what I expect it to be. This should be like a light gray R36S, one that you don't see too many sellers. Actually, this is the only seller I think who sells it. The same seller who sells the R33S and the red R36S. So this one doesn't seem to be one of the most popular colors, but I pretty much have the whole collection now with this one here and the clear blue one from Game Cove. So I had to get this one too. And I'm going to be giving a couple away real soon, and we'll have them all laid out here to see what they look like next to each other. But for this video, let's just open this up and take a look at the gray and see what it looks like in person, because the picture didn't look too great. It did look gray. It looked like a light gray. Like they were trying to make it look like a Game Boy, but it didn't really have that Game Boy look to it. So I have a thing for these R36Ss. They're just cool budget handhelds. And now I think I have all the colors, unless there's going to be more made. And right here we have a special color as well for the R33S. So I don't think there's any more of these available, but there might be more soon. Here we go, game console. So if you guys watch my channel and you saw my last video, I did a video on the blue one. It's a light blue R36S, but it's a special one that was made by this manufacturer, but they sent it only to the Game Cove company in the Philippines, so that's exclusive to Game Cove, those clear ones. So if you want one of those, that's where you got to go to get it. Check out my last video for the link. This right here you can get on AliExpress. So let's just check it out and see how it looks. It doesn't look as bad as I was thinking. I thought it looked a little bit kind of blotchy. Okay, that's not too bad. That kind of looks like the Nintendo Switch white Joy-Con. That's kind of like an off-white. I like it. You know, I'm gonna have to pull out the white and set it next to it to really be able to tell, because it's really subtle. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. We don't need it. We've seen what's in these boxes enough times. So let's just check this out. Let me zoom in. So I wish I would have pulled the white one out ahead of time so we could compare them side by side, because this is a really light gray. But in the picture online or on AliExpress, it looked like there was like haloing going around the buttons here. It just seemed like there was some kind of like editing that was done to the photo to make it look different. And it didn't look good. But to me, this looks good. It just looks kind of like an off-white or light gray. And again, I am colorblind, so I'm not sure. But it's definitely not the bright white that the other one is, but I like it. I think it looks good. It definitely looks better than the picture that they have, and they should update that picture, because I think people would like this one. So let's test the D-pad and the buttons like we always do. Sometimes they're tight, sometimes they're not. This D-pad is a little bit on the tight side. Not too bad, but that's an easy fix. And it's actually not too bad. We'll try a Hadouken and a Shoryuken like I always do, just to test it, because that's my test. All right, ABXY, we already know how these are going to feel. They have the little connection piece on each. These two are connected and these two are connected. If you could see, the Y wiggles a little bit right there and the X wiggles a little bit right there if I press that. But they feel fine, snappy, not too much of a problem. These ones are really clicky. Sticks click, no problem. Let's see if one of these stick. I've had a couple R36Ss where this trigger right here sticked. So let's see. No. 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 Perfect. They work great. Game console, model number R36S. It's interesting the way they make these buttons right here. So if you look at them straight on like this, it's upside down. You got to read them like this in order to see it properly. It's kind of weird. All right, so power, reset, volume. Here's your TF slot. Your second one for your games. So this is your operating system. This is your games. Let's, yeah, we're gonna turn it on. DC, OTG, headphone jack. Hopefully there's some power. And there it is. I really like that Game Cove boot logo that they had. It was a nice little addition to their custom blue R36S. You don't usually see a handheld console with a picture of itself as like a boot logo. Here we go with Emulation Station, and we are in, and we have the Epic theme, I believe, going. We have volume down really low. So first thing we'll do, let's just go in here quick and see UI settings. Okay, display settings. It's at 100% brightness. Let's just bring it down to 0 and see where it goes. That's pretty dim. Yep, that's good. We already know this though. For those of us that have seen videos on this already, they're all the same. It's just a different color shell. But we're gonna back out. We're gonna change the theme real quick. Yeah, we have it on the Epic theme. Please have Switch Dark. Do they? No, they don't, unfortunately. That's my favorite theme, is the Switch Dark, but I have to update it. There's a couple in here. What's this GBZ35 mod? There's a couple different themes in here, I think, that I'm not used to. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, side scrolling. That doesn't look bad, but will the game lists be side scrolling? Because if the game lists are side scrolling, I'm not gonna like it. Super Nintendo. Okay, I like this. This is clean. This looks good. And look at that, we got our Brazilian section right here at the top. Plus we have Super Famicom games, the Japanese version, and a section for all the featured games, like the best Super Nintendo games. But I don't see any game art. I remember some of the systems didn't have game art, so let's just see if it's a theme thing or if it's the whole thing. There we go, we got game art. It's kind of small, but we have our N64 3-mix game art down there on the side. This time it's on the left, which is strange because, so I guess it would be on the left for all of them. Nintendo, no game art for Nintendo. I think that might have been the case with quite a few of them. Different themes. Watch, we'll go back to a different theme and you'll see that there's gonna be game art on some and not others, but I think some of the ones that don't have it here do have it on other ones. But I'm actually kind of liking this theme. It's bright, it's nice, it goes well with the color of this console. So I just need to add some game art to the few systems that don't have it, and I need to figure out how to get all the CPS 1, 2, 3 and MAME games to have their proper names. I haven't figured that out yet. Favorites, they always add a bunch of favorites in here, usually arcade beat 'em ups, all games, 15,088. All right, options, we can do our updates and stuff like that here if we need to. Just plug it into an Ethernet adapter, and here you go, update. I'm not going to mess with that right now. Tools, port master. I'm not going to mess with any of that right now. Easy RPG, Ppsspp, 29 games. What do we have? Is it the same as every other one? GTA, does it have? No, they don't have God of War, but they probably shouldn't. They have some Virtua Tennis. Maybe we'll try some Virtua Tennis. But Ppsspp isn't the best thing for this because it's hit and miss, mostly miss, and it's a widescreen system, so you're not filling the whole screen up. PlayStation, Super Nintendo, Nintendo, all that stuff is good because it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. Game Gear, Game Boy Color, those are going to be square. And you know what, we'll do, that's real quick, like I always do. Let me just go into Game Boy, like I do, and fix it. Okay, so we're just going to open up Aladdin, and we're going to see it's going to be full screen and it's going to be black and white. And I want it to represent the original Game Boy. So let's press select and X to get into the menu. And right now we're in the quick menu. If you back out, this is your main menu. I always get this mixed up, but now I'm starting to know what to do. So we backed out of quick menu, we go left, we're in our main menu. We're gonna hit settings by going down. Don't press A or anything, just go to the right. Right here, go down to video, now press A. Now we're gonna go down, down, down. And for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, you want your aspect ratio to be 10:9. So you press A right here. We have it set for 4:3, which is good for all the other systems except for PSP. So we're gonna go here, press, well, not all the other systems, Game Gear as well. So is like square 10:9. Go in here, instead of going all the way down to find 10:9, just press up because it's right there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna press back and we're gonna press back again. And then we could save our configuration file, but there's one more thing I want to do. So first I want to show you, for those of you who haven't seen it, we are now proper aspect ratio. As you can see, it's a dark intro, but we want it to be grayscale. So I'm going to go back in here, same thing we did before. We're going to go back, we're going to go into video. Sorry, I had to scroll down. Video, and then I'll just press up, and that takes you to the bottom of the list, and there's video filter, and we want to add a Game Boy filter on it. So press A, and just take this down to the Game Boy 3 DMG filter. Press A, it'll go black for a sec, and there we are. Press back. Now, what we want to do is you want to go into the quick menu, press up to get to the bottom of the list, go to overrides, press A on overrides, and save content directory overrides. Now all your Game Boy games are gonna look the way they should. Last thing you're gonna do, right in quick menu, press up one more time, go to configuration file, and just save your new configuration. Now every time you open your Game Boy system on here, the games are gonna look the way they should, if you want them to look that way. So that feels more like a Game Boy to me, except we didn't have black bezels. So yeah, you see the dot matrix filter kind of gives you a little bit of that nostalgic look to it, similar to what the Game Boy looked like. If we put this to integer scaling, it would probably look even better, but you'll have a smaller image. We're gonna press start and select twice to get out of here now. And that's how you exit each system. And let's go into N64, and what do I like to do? I like to test my Mario Kart. They're not afraid of the Mario games here, so we have all the Mario games we need. And let's just see how we do. One race, as always. I have to reach for this L2 until I remap it to L1. This is drift. This is my item button. And Mario Kart plays well on an RK3326 chip. Surprisingly. Let's go with Yoshi. There we go. Can I get the quick start? Nope, that was quick, but that wasn't the boost. Alright, thumbstick's working. Everything's mapped correctly, I think. Feels like it is. Alright, we're doing okay. See if I can hold that down behind me. See, it's hard to hold that L2 button while racing. Like, I'm gonna drop that. There we go. I think Mario Kart 64 is one of the more brutal Mario Kart games. I don't know, I just feel like, maybe not, the Super Circuit on Game Boy Advance is pretty tough. But everything that came out after this just started to get better and better, in my opinion. You can see it runs really well. I'm not sure if anything is missing in this ROM. Is there something that should be here that isn't? Let me know. Oh, I lost a red shell there. Feels great. And I actually do like this gray color. I didn't think I was going to like it very much. It was more like I wanted to get it to complete the set. I just wanted every color for this. Because this is, this console's been a really good thing for my channel, and this seller's been really cool with me too. So yeah, I'm digging it. It's not my favorite R36S. My favorite is the clear blue. And then second would probably be the transparent orange. Third would probably be the red. Fourth, white. Fifth, purple. And sixth, the translucent gray. Even though normally I would be the type of person that would go with black and gray consoles, I've kind of changed lately and just kind of can appreciate some things with color. Not that this is colorful, but it's just one of the many. I'm digging it. So there's that. Let's get out of here. I always do the same games when we play this, so we should try something else. I'm not going to do a bunch of stuff in N64. I remember I tried Mario Tennis on N64 in the clear blue R36, and it did not play well, so we won't try that. Not all N64 games are going to play well, but since I do kind of have an urge to play some tennis, we're still gonna have to do some Street Fighter, but I saw that there was Virtua Tennis and Ppsspp. Let's see how the Ppsspp is playing on here. Usually with the Ppsspp on R36S, you press in the right stick to get to the Ppsspp menu. Let's see if that works. Yep. We're good with that. Let's check out the stick calibration real quick. Okay, so you press B instead of A because it's treating the menu like PlayStation controls. Alright, so we're going to go into controls and calibrate analog stick, and it's looking good. Of course, we're going to have a little bit of cardinal locking. These are not premium sticks, but look at these sticks. These sticks, look at that. You could feel the entire quadrant. I'd have to say these sticks seem better than the Ambernick RG556 sticks on the R36S. Anyway, I don't know about that, but the calibration tool right here shows that they work decently. They look like they work decently. Okay, so how do we get back out of here? Continue. All right, let's just play one match, or maybe a couple matches, depending on how well I do. Let me zoom in a little bit too. Looks like it's starting up pretty smooth. Let's just press start. Audio sounds good. Audio sounds really good. All right, so how do we? Let's just do a quick one. What would that be? Exhibition, singles. Let's just push it. I don't even know who they are. I don't follow tennis, so yeah, I'm not too. Okay, so left thumbstick. I guess we're not going to need triggers or anything, but I'm not sure which A, B, X, Y buttons do what as far as. We're just going to press the cross button. Alright, it's playing. Definitely playing better than Mario Tennis did. This is playing well. I've always thought the Virtua Tennis games were fun games. Wow, I'm impressed. That wasn't a good assert. Imagine if you didn't have the aspect ratio correct on this, and you had the widescreen stretched to 4:3. These dudes would look tall and skinny. That'd be pretty funny looking. Oh man. Oh, I pressed in the left stick, and that saved my game. That's another thing. Oh, I tried to save it. Oh, it screwed me up right there. That's something I need to change. I don't like that because I end up pressing too hard, and they have it set as a save state. I gotta be careful not to press too hard. I'll just have to remap that. No problem. was hard. Still haven't got a perfect serve. Tricked you. Let's get that perfect serve. Nope. What happens if I press a different... I'm going to try a different button. Oops. Oh, I pressed it. I pressed the thing again. Darn it. I pressed on the stick. At least I was able to get my hit in that time. Alright. A little choppy. Changing courses. I think we're good on Virtua Tennis. We got a little sample of that. Okay, so pressing both buttons, start and select, does not take you out of PSP the way it does the other consoles. So for this, just press the right stick and then you can just exit menu. There might be a simpler way to do it, but that works perfectly fine. Alright, so that's a little bit of PSP. Is there anything else? You know, check out my other videos if you want to see how Grand Theft Auto plays. Oh, I pressed A. I didn't mean to do that. We're going to check out some Street Fighter 2, as always. Okay, so I need to go back. Alright. I'm not going to do the Capcom System 1, 2, or 3 Street Fighters. I'm doing the ones that you would use a D-pad on. So, if you press the right trigger, you're going to move by tens. Hold it down if you don't want to annoy anybody. Oh, did I passed it. Street. There we go. So some D-pads definitely work better than others on the R36Ss. Real quick, map the buttons. Let's make this mono and let's press start. All right, and every time I play, I choose Ryu on Super Nintendo, and it makes me fight Zangief first. Let's try using Ken this time. Still Zangief. All right. Kick to the head. Damn, he didn't like that. Uh-oh. I didn't get that fireball. There it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Not as good. See, this D-pad needs to be a little looser. It's just the way that it was put together. Let me give that another shot. Plus, it's Ken. I don't use Ken. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I know his Shoryukens are like, they move further across the screen than Ryu's do. Damn. Okay. Shoryukens are harder. I'm having a hard time with them. So this is a good example. If you've seen some of my other videos with the R36S, you'll see that I've had a much easier time pulling off the dragon punches than I did here with this one right here. So for anybody out there that's struggling with one of these, that has one of these, and you're like, I just can't get it, take off the back carefully and loosen the two screws that are on the board slightly. And if you can access like an Ambernick membrane, throw that in here, I think it'll work even better. That's something I'm gonna attempt. But I'm telling you, they're definitely not all consistent. This one definitely requires a little bit more of a deliberate push to the right. And one other thing I mentioned about the R36S that I think is an issue is that the thumbstick is also mapped to the D-pad. So when you're playing and you're trying to do a fireball like this, the bottom of your thumb is hitting this stick and it's throwing off your input. So you're messing up your fireball by hitting the stick with your thumb. So some things to just take note of. Alright, sure you can. So it works, but you see, just a little bit fussy. Alright, so let's get out of Street Fighter 2. You know, we don't really need to test too many games on here. I've done it in so many other videos. Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS. Look at, they have Grand Theft Auto, Chinatown Wars in there, Mario Kart. Let's do a little new Super Mario Brothers. I never do platformers, and I tell you that I will one of these days. I love platformers. I just, you know, they take time. I like fighting games and stuff like that because they're quick bursts. But let's just see how new Super Mario Brothers runs on it. Oh, so for Nintendo DS, we have these two buttons, L2 and R2, are what you use to swap your dual screens, single screen or dual screen. So right now, we're gonna do a single game. We got mini games. File 1, new. Once I'm to a point where I don't need that bottom screen, which is kind of right now, I could press this. But just in case, I want to see if anything shows up on that bottom one. You could also go like this. Yeah, there's nothing on the bottom screen. Can we press start and get through this quicker? No. All right. So can I run with this one? Yeah, that's right. I remember playing once before, and I was thinking it was going to be B and A, but it's Y and B to get your little extra speed. All right, let's just charge through this whole level. Where's that? Oh, I thought that was going to be the giant mushroom. Where's that giant? That's probably right there. No. Yeah, see, I've never completed this game, but I should. There goes my stylus. See, my thumbs are always hitting those thumbsticks when I don't intend them to. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, and here's the hardest part of Super Mario Brothers for me, is landing on the top of that flag. I'm terrible at it. So we're just gonna try this one flag, and that's it for this game. Here we go. Oh, see, 1,000. That's better than I've done before. I can get 100, like literally land on the top of the base of the castle. Alright, like I said, so for Nintendo DS, I think it's going to be the left stick you press in for the drastic menu. And that's how you'll save your games. As you can see right here, your different settings and stuff like that. But we're just going to exit. Alright. The R36S, who would have thought you can get a system for so cheap that can play all the games you always wanted to play or never got a chance to play when you were a kid. Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi, Dead or Alive, Giggling. Let's just do a little Dead or Alive, even though I suck at it. I guess, do you play Dead or Alive with the thumbstick or the D-pad on Dreamcast? I would assume D-pad, but it's like a 3D fighter, so I'm not a big fan of 3D fighters. Do we not have any audio? Oh, we do. Okay, story, survival, tag, option, versus, sparring, team. Let's just story. Let's just pick whoever. I'll try. I don't know any special moves, so I'll try something like a Hadouken. There's a little bit of audio chop, but hey, it's actually playable. It's not that bad. I just turn the volume down a little bit. Oh. Man, I'm actually doing something. I didn't press any special moves. It was just like forward and mashing. But it plays. Hey, it's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Sweet. Oh, man. Pretty good graphics. Oh, she's kicking my butt. Look at that. I don't know how I did that. One round, come on. Oh, she bitch slapped me. Got her. Alright, so the Dreamcast, is it? Yep. Alright. There we go, guys. The R36S. Let's switch back through a couple themes real quick and just take a look at those, see what our themes are, and then we'll call it a day. So, what did I do? I changed something, didn't I? Okay, here we are with the themes. Magical Pixel, let's see what that is. Okay, not a big fan. Let's see what the lists look like. Oh, see, these are those kind of lists that scroll to the side. If you got 100 games in here, 300 games, that is going to take forever. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, okay. No disrespect to the person that designed the theme. It's just not for me. Okay, minimal Arc OS. That's going to be, I think, kind of like Simple Menu. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, no, this is just minimal. Looks nice. Okay, so, yeah, some game art is here. This is actually a nice minimalist UI. Oh, we don't need to go into the whole games. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I just wish all these games were named properly. Usually they are, but just not oftentimes in Capcom System 1, 2, and 3. They won't be named correctly. They're named correctly in MAME, surprisingly. Okay, so yeah, this isn't a bad one. We need some game art for the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo systems. Other than that, yeah, this isn't a bad UI right here. I don't mind it. All right, let's see what else there is. Okay, NES box, that's the normal one it usually ships with. Oh, there's two different ones. Or they have it on here twice. Look, it's right there on the bottom and it's up there on the top. Arc OS Carbon, let's try that. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Oh no, this is the other one that has like you have to scroll for each individual game. I mean this is a great UI if you want to minimize your system down to just, select games. This would be a really good one to have if you don't have thousands of games on here, which is probably a better experience in the end anyway. We're down to 9%, so we're going to end this pretty soon. But take a look at this. This is a pretty cool theme. This would be a really good theme for those of you who just put the games you want to play on here and you're not digging through lists. Okay, real quick while we still have some power left on the battery. Epic and Epic Noir. That's Epic is where it was at. Was that where it was at, or is that what I chose it to be? I can't remember. Yeah, this is where it normally starts at with that music. Epic Noir is just like Epic, just a little darker. What's free play? I think I did the GBZ35 mod first. Damn, that music stuck with it. Okay, so this one's kind of like a carousel to the side, but we have a list. Not too bad, not my favorite. Okay, let's what else? We did that one, or was it Magical Pixel that we did? I can't remember. Let's try Free Play. I can't remember if I did that one. Oh, that's the one I'm on. Let's just check Switch. This one would be cool if it didn't have the lists go to the right. See, this is cool. I don't mind the consoles going to the right. It's just like Nintendo Switch. It looks cool. But you get into a system and you got to scroll to the right for each game. Again, if you're only going to have a small amount of games on your console, then that's a great theme to have. And it makes sense why they exist, because for a while I was like wondering, why would anybody want that? But yeah, it makes perfect sense for when you don't have thousands of games. So I'm just gonna go back to it wasn't on NES Box, but let's see if both of these NES Box themes are the same. NES Box is a really easy theme to work with. It's probably what most people are familiar with. This one right here. So yeah, when you don't have game art, the names of the games will be down the center, but when you have game art, they'll be off to the side like this. So yeah, I think this is one of the best ones right here. One of the best themes. Shows all the games you have up in the top corner right there. So let's just go to all games one more time. What was it? 15,000 something? 15,088. All right, let's just check that other NES box and see if it's exactly the same. Is it? Is that different? No, it's the same. Yeah, I don't know why they have it on there twice. That's kind of weird. All right, guys. I think we're good. This is not the one I want to end it on. What am I doing? Let's go back to Epic Noir. Or let's go to Epic Noir. That's one I usually choose. Nice. Yeah, this is the one that I like. Probably the best. This and NES Box. Looking good. Nice and dark. I like dark themes. All right, guys. That's it for the R36S in gray. I'll have the link in the description. This is the guy that makes these. I mean, this is the legit manufacturer. Everybody else that gets them from him. So I recommend checking his AliExpress page out and tell him I said hi. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.